Okay, hi. Okay, we continue with schedule tables ES and EF. Okay, this figure depict the ES and EF time for the consumer market study project we just analyzed just now in a schedule table format. So as we can see here, you have 13 activities from identify target consumer until prepare report, people responsible. Okay, you can see here Susan, Steve, Andy, and Jim, and their estimated duration. Okay, the days for every single activity, the earliest start time, and earliest finish time. So you need to record all the details that you calculate just now in this table. Okay, next we want to learn about latest start and finish time. Okay, latest start, which is LS, is the latest time by which a specific activity must be started in order for the entire project to be finished by its required completion time. It is calculated by subtracting the activity's estimated duration from the activity's latest finish time. Okay, then we have latest finish time, which is LF, is the latest time by which a specific activity must be completed in order for the entire project to be finished by its required completion time. Okay, it is calculated on the basis of the project required completion time and the estimated duration for succeeding activities. So the formula is LS equal LF minus estimated duration, and this time you need to calculate backward through the network diagram. If previously we calculate forward, this one is backward. Okay, this is a simple example. Okay, latest start and finish time calculation. This figure shows two activities that emerge directly from an activity labeled print poster and brochure because it has an estimated duration of 10 days. Uh, okay, 10 days, and mail brochure. Okay, mail brochure must be started by day 25 because it has an estimated duration of 5 days. Okay, so the earliest of these two LS is day 20. Therefore, the latest that print, poster and brochure can finish in day 20 so that distribute poster can start by day 20. Even though mail brochure does not have to start until day 25, print, poster and brochure must finish by day 20 or else the entire project will be delayed. If print, poster and brochure does not finish until day 25, then distribute brochure will not able to start until day 25. Okay. Because distribute brochure has an estimated duration of 10 days, it will not finish until day 35, which is 5 days beyond the project required completion time. So as you can see here, for example, you can see there are 3 activities. Okay, activity number 1 is print, poster and brochure. Activity number 2, distribute poster, and activity number 3 is mail brochure. However, activity number 2 and 3 start at the same time or start after activity number 1. Okay, here If you want to calculate the latest finish and latest start for the activity, so you can use this example. Okay. Thirty minus 10 equal 20. 30 minus 5 equal 25. Okay. 20 and 25. Which activity you will bring backward? Okay. You must choose the shortest one. Okay. You must choose the shortest one. So, the shortest one here is 20. So, 20 bring here. 20 minus 8 equal 12. Okay, so we continue with our example. Prepare report. Prepare report is activity number 13 in the schedule we learned just now. Okay, now let us look at how to set up the backward calculation for the consumer market study project we just analyzed. Okay, the required completion time for the project is 130 days. Okay, this is the required completion time is 130 working days. Therefore, the latest that prepare report the last activity can finish is 130. Okay, therefore here we put 130. And the latest that it can start it day 120 because its estimated duration is 10 days. Okay, I change the pen. Okay, 130 minus 10 equal 120. 120 you bring here. 120 minus 8 equal 112. Okay. Analyze result. In order to prepare report to start on 120, the latest that analyze result can finish it day 120. If the LF for analyze result is day 120, then LS it is day 112 because it is estimated duration is 8 days. 8 days. In order to analyze result to start on day 112, the latest that input response data can finish is day 112. Okay, so we can see here 130 here, we put it here. 130 minus 10 equal 120. Bring it backward. 120 minus 8 equal 112. Okay, here we have 112 112 minus 7 equal 105. So, in order to prepare report to start on day 120 and the latest that analyzed result can finish is day 120, if the LF for analyzed result is day 120, then LS is day 112 because it is estimated duration is 8 days. In order for analyzed result to start on day 112, the latest that input response data can finish is day 112. Okay, if the LF for input response data is 112, the LS is day 105 because it is estimate duration is 7 days. In order for analyze result to start on 112 days, the latest that input response data can finish its days in 112 days. If the LF for input response data in day 112, then LS is day 105 because it is estimated duration is 7 days. Okay, so from here you can see we have 112 here, 112 minus 7 equal 105. Okay, so here 105 we transfer here, bring backward, and here also we bring backward here. Okay, they will have the same LF, but they will have different LS. Okay, 105 minus 65 equal 40, while 105 minus 5 equal 100. Okay, here we have 100. Okay, 100 for activity number 10, 40 for activity number 9. So 40 here, you transfer here 40, and you transfer here 40. 100, you transfer here 100, and you transfer here 100. Okay, for 40 minus 2 equal 38. 40 minus 10 equal 30. 100 minus 12 equal 88. And 100 minus 2 equal 98. Okay, this one you understand. Okay, review, comment, and finalize questionnaire. So we have 4 different activities here. Okay, which one you will choose to bring forward? So the answer is the shortest time that you can bring backward. Okay, sorry, backward. You need to choose the shortest time to bring backward. Okay, so here we have 38, 30, 88, and 98. Which one is the shortest day? The shortest day is 30. So 30 you bring backward here. 30 minus 5 equal 25. Okay, pilot test questionnaire. Here we have here we have 30 minus 5 equal 25. 25 bring backward. 25 minus 20 equal 5. Okay. Okay, 25 minus 20 equal 5. 5 you bring backward here. 5 minus 10 equal negative 5. So now we get negative number. Okay, if the LF for review, comment, and finalize LF, wait, okay, Develop draft questionnaire. If the LF for develop draft questionnaire is day 5, then LS is -5 because it is estimated duration is 10 days. Okay, so now we have negative number. Okay, it's okay. We proceed first to calculate all this. Okay. Again, 5 minus 10 equal -5. -5, you bring backward here. -5 minus 3 equal -8. Okay, therefore, the consumer market study project must start 8 days earlier than the planned start date in order to finish in the required 130 days. Mean the project is 8 days late at start. If they start 8 days earlier, they can finish at 130 days as per required. Okay, just like previous activity, when you transfer all the information from the graph into this table, earliest start and finish time, now you also need to transfer the latest start and latest finish time. Just put the number in the table. Just copy the number from the graph into the timetable, into this table. Okay. Okay, now we learn about total slack. Okay, total slack is sometimes called float. Okay, it is the difference between EF time of last activity and the project required completion time. Total slack is calculated for each of the activity by finding the difference between EF time of the activity and the LF of the activity. Okay, you also look at the difference between ES and LS of the activity. So instant, okay, total slack equal latest finish minus earliest finish. Okay, just now we see the negative number, right? So we call it negative slack. Okay, negative slack indicate a lack of slack over the entire project. The amount of time and activity must be accelerated to complete the project by the required completion time. While for the positive slack indicate the maximum amount of time that the activity on a particular path can be delayed without jeopardizing completion of the project by the required completion time. If the total slack is 0, the activity on the path do not need to be accelerated but cannot be delayed. Okay, next we have critical path. Critical path is the longest path in the overall network diagram. One way to determine which activity make up the critical path is to find which one have the least amount of slack. Okay, we'll see the example here. Okay, critical path through a project. So, how we want to know whether the activity is in the critical path or not? Okay, this table show slack value for each activity in the consumer market study project we just analyzed. Okay, those with -8 as the total slack are the activities on the critical path. The figure on the Next slide. Okay, depict the critical path through the network diagram for the consumer market study project. Okay, here we can see here negative number, -8. Why you highlight the -8 number? Okay, the reason is, okay, we can see here. Okay, let's say from this 4 activity, okay, for example, from this 4 activity, okay, from this 4 activity, why only activity 6 is in the critical path? Okay, you can see here activity number 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, this is 4 activity. Do it in parallel. Mean you can do it together. Okay, this 4 activity. Okay, this 4 activity. Okay, activity number 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, you can see here. Okay, activity 5, 6 and 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Which activity have the least amount of slack? Which activity has the least amount of slack? So we can see here activity number 6, brain questionnaire with -8. -8 numbers, 8 days. So we choose as the critical path for the activity. Okay, then you can see here activity here, activity number 9 and 10. So why you choose activity 9? Why don't you choose activity 10? So we can see here activity 9 and 10. So activity 9 and 10. Okay, from here you can see activity 9 and 10. One is 8, -8. Another one is 50. Okay, so the other one is -8. Okay, the activity 9 is -8, while activity 10 is 50. Which one has the least amount of slack? Of course, -8. So that's why you choose -8 instead of 50. Okay. Okay, now we have change in the slack for critical path. Okay, this figure depicts the change in the critical path if the estimate duration of the mail questionnaire and get response task is reduced from 65 days to 55 days. Note that the tasks on the critical path now have total slack of 2, the least amount slack of in the project. Okay, why actually you choose this 55 instead of any other number? Okay, the reason is when you want to do adjustment, okay, when you want to do the adjustment, you must choose the big number. Means that you cannot choose 3 days. So in 3 days, what are improvement you can do? You cannot do anything. But if you choose 55 days, previously it is 65 days and now you reduce to 55 days, so it have more days in order to do any changes or improvement. Okay, here we have, first of all, you need to change this 65 to 55. You can choose any other number. You can choose any other numbers, but must choose the largest number. Okay, so 55, you need to do it in the network diagram. You cannot do it in the table. So this is earliest start and finish time. You need to do it, calculate forward, while for later start and finish time, you need to calculate it backward. Okay, so you can see this arrow from 55 onward, you need to recalculate, and here you can see previously the number here is 138, but now this number is 130. Okay, so after some adjustment here, you can see the difference in the total slack number. Okay, now we move to free slack. Okay, free slack is the amount of time a specific activity can be postponed without delaying the earliest start time of its immediately succeeding activities. Free slack is calculated by finding the lowest of the value of total slack for all the activities entering into a specific activity. Then subtract the value from the value of total slack for the other activities also entering into the same activity. Okay. Okay, now we see how to calculate total slack compared to free slack. You can see activity number 7 and 8. The the slack is 50 and 60. So free slack for activity number 8 is 60 minus 50 equal 10 days. Or if you want to make it simple, you can see like this. Okay, you can see here. Okay, activity number activity number 7 and 8. Okay, 7 and 8. So activity number 7 and 8. So focus in this activity 7 and 8. Okay, so activity 7 need 12 days to finish the activity, while activity 8 only need 2 days to finish the activity. Means activity 8, they have a lot of time. It can start at the same day activity 7 start, or it can start at any day as long as the activity 7 still in the activity. Okay, still in the process. Okay, so how many free slack it have? 12 minus 2 equal 10 days. So it have 10 days. If the activity 8 finish early at the first 2 days, okay, so it has another 10 days free slack. So therefore, free slack is amount activity can be postponed without delaying the earliest start time. Okay, it can start at day 3, it can start at day 7. Okay, and the latest it can start is at day 10. So day 10 and until day 12, also activity 8 can start, but cannot late than 12 days. Okay, because the activity 7, develop data analytics software, only need 12 days to finish, but develop software test data only need 2 days to finish. Therefore activity number 8 have 10 free slack days. Okay, this is bar chart format. Okay, bar chart format is is a Gantt chart. Actually is the name commonly used for type of bar chart tool employed in planning and scheduling. So you need to bear in mind after this, if you want to do a scheduling, you need to put it in a Gantt chart. Okay, as you can see in the Gantt chart on this slide, the activity are listed on the left hand side and there is time scale along the bottom or the top. Okay, the estimated duration for each activity is indicated by bar spanning the period during which the activity is expected to be accomplished. Gantt chart often also have a column that indicate who is responsible for every single task. This Gantt chart depicts the consumer market study project that we have been analyzing. You can probably see how it has it easy way to visually represent when activity are scheduled to occur during a project. A Gantt chart is a traditional bar chart that it does not graphically display the dependent relationship of the activities. Okay, you need to be sure to create the network diagram and connect the bars in the Gantt chart with arrow to show the relationship. Okay, the project management software can automatically generate a time scale bar chart from schedule table that is based on the network diagram. Okay. Project control process. Here you see a figure that illustrates the step in the project control process. The project control process start with establish base plan, scope, schedule and budget. Okay, that show how the project scope will be accomplished on schedule and within budget. Once this baseline plan is agreed upon by the customer and the contractor or project team, the project work can be performed. It is necessary to monitor the project to ensure that everything is going according to the plan. The project control process involves regularly gathering data on project performance, comparing actual performance to planned performance, and taking corrective action immediately if actual performance lags behind planned performance. This process must occur regularly throughout the project. Establish regular reporting meeting on compare actual to planned progress. Gather data on actual performance. Record information on changes to the project scope, schedule and budget. The key to effective project control is measuring actual progress and comparing it to planned progress on a timely and regular basis and taking any need corrective action immediately. Project management is a proactive approach to controlling a project to ensure that the project objective is accomplished even when things do not go according to plan. Okay, this is the project control process from establish base plan, until identify corrective action. So every single project must follow this project control process. Okay, now we see the effect of actual schedule performance. Okay, as you probably know from real life experience, some activities get complete on time, some are finished ahead of schedule, and others are completed later than schedule. Okay, the actual finish time as AF, as known as AF, of completed activities will determine the earliest start and earliest finish time for the remaining activities in the network diagram as well as the total slack. This figure depicts the plan and actual performance of a project to remove old wallpaper and install new wallpaper. Okay, as you can see, part A. Part A, the figure is a network diagram. For a simple project, it shows that the earliest the project can finish is day 15. Okay, you can sum the estimate duration for the three activity plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 equal 15. Suppose that activity 1, remove all wallpaper, is actually finished on day 10 rather than day 7 as planned because it turned out to be more difficult than anticipated. Okay, so first of all, you will see the part A. The part A is the plan, the first plan. Okay, part B is the actual happen. Okay, in part A, you can see that remove all wallpaper take 7 days. But actually, AF, actual finish, is 10 days. Mean it need 3 days, 3 days more. Okay. Okay, part B, the figure depicts the deviation from the original plan. The earliest start and finish time for activity 2 and 3 will be 3 days later than on the original schedule because you already add 3 days at the activity 1. Okay, remember? Okay, because you remove all wallpaper is actually finished on day 10. The ES for patch wall will be day 10 and EF will be day 15. Okay, following through the forward calculation, we find that put the new wallpaper will have an ES of 15 days and EF of 18 days. Okay, comparing this new EF of the last activity to the required completion time of 20 days. Okay, we find a difference of 2 days. The total slack got worse. It changed in a negative direction from plus 5 days to plus 2 days. Okay, this example illustrates how the actual finish time of activities have a ripple effect, altering the remaining activities' earliest start and finish time and the total slack. Okay, so here, okay, I conclude here. Okay, we see for the part A. Okay, for the part A, 7 plus 5 equal 12 plus 3 equal 15. So 20 minus 15, you have 5 days. Okay, get it? Actually, you need to finish in 20 days, but you managed to finish in 50 days. So your total slack is positive 5. Mean you have 5 more free days because you finish early. Okay, now we look at the figure B. Okay, figure B. Actual finish for activity A is 10 plus 5 is 15 plus 3 is 18. Okay, yet you managed to finish before the required completion day. The completion day is 20 day. Okay, required completion day is 20 days. Okay, 20 minus 18 equal 2, positive 2. Yet you still have 2 days free. Okay, even though you delay activity 1, it's supposed to finish at 7 days, but you finish at 10 days. But actually, it will be no problem because your total slack still in positive number. Okay. So, we take a break. We'll continue after this.